On January 6, 2021, I watched CNN as thousands of Donald Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol. As a veteran of watching tragedies on television, I realized at the time how indisputable the facts were: violent, red hat wearing MAGA rioters, followed by Republicans in Congress, tried to stop democracy in its tracks. Trump had told his followers that protest in Washington, D.C. was going to be crazy. And in the attack that followed his speech, some rioters smeared feces on Capitol walls. Hundreds have since been convicted on charges ranging from assault on federal officers to seditious conspiracy. These are stubborn facts, the kind that don't care about your feelings. Among these facts is undeniable fact that Trump is the first president in American history to reject peaceful transfer of power. It never occurred to me that these facts could somehow be distorted by partisanship. But 3 years later, that's exactly what we're seeing as Republicans cling to the lie that the 2020 election was stolen by Joe Biden and prepare to make Trump their 2024 nominee. And perhaps even more dangerous than the GOP's dismissal of reality is the news media's failure to treat Trumpism as a threat to democracy. Had to read this Associated Press headline several times last week because I was sure was wrong. 1 attack. 2 comments: Biden and Trump are turning Jan. 6 riot into a political rally cry. Later in the article, following sentence appeared: Biden has repeatedly described Trump as a threat to democracy. Is this how Biden described Trump? Well, there's a reason for this. Meanwhile, the New York Times offered this headline: Trump responds to Biden's speech calling him a threat to democracy. And that headline apparently said, though not for the better, Trump calls Biden fearmongering after his speech on democracy was changed to accuses him of doing so. And perhaps the most offensive headline on either side was from USA Today: Biden and Trump's split on Jan. 6 is as divisive as it is for voters. The facts of January 6 and its aftermath should be clear to any journalist covering the events of that day, especially if they watched those damn House committee hearings or followed the extensive reporting. Since then, it's not Biden's view that Trump is a threat. The man who told Sean Hannity that he wanted to be a dictator on his first day in office is actually a threat to democracy. Liz Cheney warned that re-electing Trump would be sleepwalking into dictatorship, and Chris Christie said Trump was behaving like a wannabe dictator because he doesn't care about our democracy, adding he's behaving like a wannabe dictator. But the problem is that when all you have is the traditional political framework, everything looks like politics as usual. A candidate makes a claim, the other objects to this, the two sides are divided, etc. This framing only works if both parties operate within a common framework of reality. But Trumpism does not allow for th.